So let us start with our questions. The first question is this one. Okay, you have to read the question and then give me the answer. An electroscope is a device which is used to find if an object is charged, free of cracks, magnetic, and hot. Very simple question. Electroscope, a device which we use to find out what exactly. If something is charged or not, right? If something is charged or not, that is what we find with the help of electroscope. Correct. Second question for you. Electric current is to be passed from one body to another. For this purpose, the two bodies must be joined by cotton thread, copper wire, plastic
Copper
string,
wire.
rubber band.
Oh,
Obviously, the answer is copper wire. That is true. Because copper is what? It's a metal. It's a good conductor of electricity. So if you really want to pass electricity, you should be using conductors, and copper is the best conductor we have. The movement of the Earth's plate causes what? A very simple question. Not even that much hard. Yes, definitely. Ria correct, Nirija correct, Sanika correct, Vishal correct, Shubham correct, Subodh, yes, Sachi correct. The answer is earthquakes. Earthquakes will be the answer, obviously. If the earth plates are moving, it must be causing earthquakes. Earthquakes. Now, this is somewhat a big question. Let us read it. Two charged objects are brought close to each other and choose the most appropriate statements from the following options. So they are saying two charged objects are brought closer to each other. So what will happen? They will attract, they will repel, they will attract or repel depending on the charges, and there will be no effect. Okay, so what do you think? What's going to happen? Yes, Nirija correct, Sanika correct, Vishal correct, Siddhi correct, Sachi, yes, Subodh, Shubham correct, Himanshu correct. Yes, see, the main problem is that we do not know whether the charge objects is whether those are plus plus or whether those are minus minus or whether they are plus minus. So if it is plus plus and minus minus, they might repel, correct? But if it is plus minus, they might attract. So we are not sure whether it is going to be attraction or whether it is going to be repulsion. So anything can happen because charges are not been given. So C option. Next question, which of the following is not likely to cause tsunami? So they are asking, which of the following options will not cause a tsunami? Very simple. Okay, correct. So the correct answer for this is definitely D, because lightning is not going to cause any kind of, suppose, let us say, tsunami as such. Because for tsunami, you will require a lot of, suppose, let's say, vibrations, quakes, and definitely that is not going to happen with the help of lightning. So lightning is the answer. Okay, Shubham, what you're asking, when you will assign the work of the chapter exercise? That has already been assigned, Subodh. You are supposed to complete the exercises on your own. That is not supposed to be assigned. You are supposed to be getting completed once the lesson is finished. That's up to you. But if you are asking about the homeworks will be assigned soon. Chapter exercises has to be done from your side. Is it okay, Subodh? I hope you're understanding the point. It is compulsory for every student to get it completed once the lesson is finished. Okay. Chaliye, give me the answer for this. The Earth's plate responsible for causing earthquake is called as what? The crust of the Earth, the mantle of the Earth, the inner core of the Earth, the outer core of the Earth. What do you think? The Earth's plate which is responsible for causing earthquakes. See, the part which is very much responsible for earthquake is the topmost layer of the Earth. And which is the topmost layer? Topmost layer of the Earth. It's crust. Crust. See, first what comes, let's say if you're talking about the Earth, the first thing that comes into place is crust. Below crust, we have mantle. And below that we have outer core, and then below that we have inner core. But the thing which is responsible for earthquake is crust. The plates are available in crust, so hence the crust will be responsible for causing earthquakes. Okay. And yes, you have to give the answer only once. Chaitanya, kindly refrain from, let's say, writing down the answer again and again. Only once it has to be written so that I can see the other students as well. Okay, typing issue, no problem, Chaitanya. Please kindly take care of this because I also need to see the answers of other students. Okay, question number 7. Consider the list of terms given below. So we have seismic zone, we have mantle, we have fault zone, we have inner core. You have to tell me the boundaries of the earth, let's say of the earth's plate, are known as the boundaries. What is the name for the boundary? They are just asking you from multiple options. See, inner core is present inside the earth, so this cannot be the option, right? Mantle is also present inside the earth. Again, it is not possible. So only two options are possible then. Correct? First and second. First and second would be the answer because see, the plates. Suppose let's say if there are two plates, and if they are in contact to each other, or suppose let's say the earthquake is happening between them, that particular zone is called a seismic zone, or you can call it fault zone. The space between the suppose the plates, so it's going to be called a seismic zone or fault zone. So answer should be A. Now this is most easiest question you can have. The outermost layer of the earth, outermost in the sense which is present on the earth, or where your this thing is happening, your earthquake is happening. Outermost, not innermost. Outermost. Outermost, I just told you before some time that the most outermost layer is crust. Below that you have mantle, and as you go inside the earth you will find out outer core and inner core. So which is the topmost layer? Outermost layer, it is crust. And which is the innermost layer? It is inner core. This is the innermost, which is present deep inside the earth, but which is present on the top of the earth, that's crust. Answer is C. C would be the answer. Crust. Okay, so this you can easily identify. Major earthquakes are less likely to occur in. It's very easy to identify. They are asking where the earthquakes will be happening less, not major. They are asking less. So that means there is very little chance of having any kind of earthquake in that place. See, Northeast India is definitely an earthquake prone region because of Himalayas. Run of Kutch also, we know it's going to be a earthquake prone region. Rajasthan, see, the problem is that from that side, again, there is a mountainous range. So Rajasthan is also one of the susceptible region. The only region which doesn't have anything like mountain or something like that, it's Orissa. So Orissa is going to be the one who is not going to have any kind of earthquake. So it's just some kind of general knowledge. All you require is basic information about your states of the earth, of our India, and it will be very easy for you to answer the question.
Sir,
It doesn't. Yes.
sir, in Orissa, there is one mountain, Mahendragiri. Will it not be the danger for an earthquake?
No, say the problem is that not every mountain is going to have that kind of tectonic activity. Tectonic activity happens only if there is a plate movement, and these regions, Northeast India, Rajasthan, Run of Kutch, these are on special plates which are coinciding with another plate. So that means there is always a constant, what I can say, uh, plate movement in those areas, and because of that, we are having earthquakes. But if you're talking Orissa, it doesn't have such kind of plate, so no earthquakes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Do remember, student, just having mountain doesn't mean that it's going to have earthquake. That it needs to have plate movement, and only then it's possible. Okay, so they are just giving you options. Consider the list of terms given below. Earthquakes can cause. Okay, earthquake can cause what? They have given you options. Just look over the options, and there are multiple options which are possible. Tsunami is possible, right? Earthquake. What about landslide? Landslide means when the, let's say, land moves, let's say, spontaneously, or a large land is moving. That is also happening on mountainside, so that is possible. Floods, yes, floods is possible, as we have seen in our book. Lightning is not possible, right? Lightning is related to clouds, so nothing to do with earthquake. So first, second, and third, A option. Okay, good. Now the next of the questions are true and false. So we will go one by one. First question. Earthquakes occur all the time all over the world. True or false? Earthquakes occur all the time all over the world. Okay, so that is false. Okay. Second question. The plates of the outermost layer of the earth are always in continuous motion. Are the plates of the outermost layer of the earth are always in continuous motion? True. True. But if they are in continuous motion, don't you think the earthquakes will occur all the time, all over the world? See, the point is that the earthquakes intensity might be less. We might not even feel them. But if the plates are moving, don't you think it will always have earthquake all over the world all the time? It's possible, right? That's true. Because see, the intensity might not be there. That might, let's say, a lot of destruction and all. But definitely there can be earthquakes all over the time, all over the world. Are
Mm.
you understanding this? Because you are saying plate movements are continuous, then definitely your earthquake should be happening all over the time, all over the world.
Sir, may I?
Yes,
Sir, but the intensity is too much low when sometimes when earthquake occurs.
yes, that's true. But are you denying the fact that earthquakes are not happening? Intensity might be low, but are you denying that the intense, let's say, the earthquake is not happening at all, or the plates are not moving at all? That we are not saying, right? So even if the intensity is less, you still have to consider this. Okay with
Okay, sir.
this? Okay, you
Hmm.
have to consider, because see, intensity doesn't matter. What we are trying to learn here is earthquakes are happening or not. So intensity is less or more, it doesn't matter to us. Tremors on the
Okay, sir.
earth can also be caused by the eruption of volcano. Tremors in the sense like the quaking, the quake part. So they are asking, can it be caused by volcano? If the volcanic eruption is there, is it possible that you can have tremors? What do you think? True or false? Okay, come on, students. You have to give the answer. Unless and until you contribute, it's not going to be easy. You can just write down T or F. It's up to you. You just have to use the word T and F. It's very simple. You don't even need to write down the complete word. Yes, it's true. It's true. See, volcanic eruption, whenever it is happening, it is going to cause a lot of, suppose, let us say, vibrations, which we call tremors, and ultimately that is earthquake. It causes lot of destruction. It causes lot of quakes. So definitely a volcano can be a reason for earthquake. The process of electric discharge cannot occur between clouds and the earth.
False.
Okay, so that is definitely false, right? Because they are saying that that electricity cannot come from clouds to earth. It definitely comes. That's what we call lightning. Okay, so it's definitely false. Bathing outdoors should be avoided during thunderstorm. Obviously true, because there can be lightning, we can get electric shock, so we don't want that. So definitely true. We should not be bathing outdoors during thunderstorm. Next question for you: is it possible to predict the occurrence of an earthquake? Like, is it yes or no? All you have to say is yes or no. Okay, so the answer is no. We cannot predict it. We cannot know for certain which area is going to have earthquake. We can measure it after it has happened, but we cannot, let's say, predict that. Suppose, let us say, at 1 p.m. today, the earthquake is going to happen. We cannot predict like that. Machines are only there only for measuring once the earthquake has happened. Like we have seismograph, but as you know, the seismograph works only if the earthquake has happened. So we cannot predict it, but all we can do is, suppose, let us say, measure it after it has happened. So can you predict it? Can you tell it beforehand? Let's say 1 day before, 2 day before it is possible? Then no, prediction is not possible. Yes. Yes, Siddhi. Our body is a conductor of electricity, obviously. You must have heard about electric shock. So, yes, that's possible. Is everybody understanding this? That we cannot predict earthquake. We can measure it once it has happened, but we cannot predict it. Okay, good. Okay, let me go for the next question. Okay. So, a question for you: plastic straws A and B are rubbed with a dry cotton cloth. What will happen if they are brought near each other? Will they attract or repel? All you have to give me the answer is in terms of attract or repel.
They will repel.
See, even if you do not have the knowledge like what plastic is going to have, what kind of charge after rubbing with cloth, at least you know that even if you rub the cloth plus, let's say, straw A and straw B, both are going to get the same charge. Let's say, for example, if A gets positive, B will also get positive. If A is going to get negative, B is also going to get negative because they are of the same material. And if the charges are same, if the charges are same, according to our information, what happens? Repulsion. So we will be having repulsion, not attraction, because see, the material is same, so technically it should have the same charge. Cannot have different charge. The next question for you, it is in terms of electroscope. They are saying, let's say they are saying in the question, the aluminum strips in the electroscope, as shown in figure 15.1, are replaced by plastic strips and a charged body is brought in contact with the metal clip. What will happen? They are saying initially it was aluminum. Later on, they replaced it with plastic. So this is plastic right now. Now they are asking if we touch the body with some kind of, suppose, let us say, a metal clip, a charged body. then what is going to happen to these? Are you understanding the question? Initially it was aluminum strip, later on it has been changed to plastic. Now they're asking what is going to happen. Will they diverge or not? What do you think? All they're asking is whether the strips will be diverging or not. Okay. Obviously no. And the reason? No divergence will be happening because plastic is what? Plastic is not a conductor, right? So plastic cannot be having those kind of charges. So basically you can say it is not going to conduct those charges. You can develop the charges in plastic, but it doesn't mean that it is going to conduct the charges. So definitely not. If it was metal, then it was possible, but as it is plastic, so no charge occurrence, no divergence. So, now one of the last questions from, suppose let's say the charged particles as such. Question is, if a charged plastic straw is brought near another uncharged plastic straw, what will happen? They are saying there is a charged body and there is another plastic straw, but it has no charge at all. So what will happen? Okay, in this case, it will be attraction. Why? Because one body is charged, another body is uncharged, then definitely it will be attracted. Attraction happens if one of the bodies is charged. If both the bodies are charged, then there would be dilemma whether it will be attracting or repulsion. But at least when one of the bodies is charged, you can say it is going to be definitely attraction. If one body is charged, it is attraction. If both the bodies are charged, then we need to consider, because it might be repulsion, it might be attraction. Really, a big question for you. Uh, okay, so we have a diagram of lightning conductor here, and they're asking us, this is A and this is B. They're asking you, which of these is lightning conductor and which is copper plate? What is A in this case, lightning conductor or copper plate?
Lightning conductor.
Obviously, it is lightning conductor, right? And the copper plate which is present inside the ground is available, let's say, at the bottom, right? So this must be the copper plate through which we are transferring electricity. Okay, good. Okay, so let us have some questions from another lesson, and that is going to be chemical effects of electric current. Okay, question for you. Read the question and please give me the answer for this. Okay, definitely the answer would be, okay, the question is this, that the Bojo's uncle has set up a electroplating factory near his village. He should dispose of the waste of the factory in the nearby river, pond, cornfield, according to the disposal guidelines of the local authority. Obviously, it should be D, right? So he should be disposing of according to the guidelines of the local authority. So whatever local authority is available, it should be, those directions should be followed. When electric current is passed through a conducting solution, when electricity is passed through a solution, there is a change in the color of the solution. This indicates chemical effect of electric current, heating effect of electric current, magnetic or lightning. See, this is going to be super simple. It's the name of the lesson, so I think it should be easy for you. It's chemical effect of electric current, right? It's the name of the lesson, so not that much hard. Now, as you know, some solutions are good conductors, some solutions are not good conductors, right? They're asking us which of the following solutions will not conduct electricity: lemon juice, tap water, vinegar, vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
Obviously, vegetable oil, because it doesn't have ions. Lemon juice, vinegar, these are acids, so definitely it will conduct electricity. Tap water has lot of impurities, so this will also conduct electricity, but vegetable oil will not conduct electricity. Chaliye, next question for you. Which of the following metals is used in electroplating to make the object appear shining? If you want to shine some kind of object, what kind of electroplating are going to be used? Hint, it is also used in cycles. The cycle handles and all those which shine, it is created from that particular element. Yes, it's chromium, right? Chromium plated. If you want to have the shining part, it's definitely chromium, without a doubt. Okay. Now, another question for you. This is one of the diagrams, and they're asking in this diagram, which of the following solutions will not make the bulb glow? So they're asking in which of the four conditions the bulb will not glow. This bulb will not glow. Which solution cannot, let's say, allow that bulb to glow? Will not make the bulb glow. Sodium chloride, copper sulfate, silver nitrate, sugar solution in diluted water. What do you think? In which of the cases the bulb will not glow? See, the bulb will not glow if the solution is not an electrolyte. It is not a conducting solution. Your sodium chloride is a salt. Copper sulfate is also a salt. Silver nitrate is also a salt. So these are going to conduct electricity. But sugar solution is not going to conduct electricity. It doesn't create ions. Your sugar solution will definitely not conduct electricity. Do remember, sugar, let's say whatever the sugar solution you're talking about, it's never going to conduct electricity. Some fill in the blanks for you. The first question: the object to be electroplated is taken as dash electrode. They're asking the object which we use, which you need to be electroplated, it's connected to what? Anode or cathode? Electroplating. Should it be connected to anode or cathode? Good, good. It should be connected to cathode, obviously. One of the most common applications of chemical effect of electric current is any application which you have studied in your book regarding chemical effects. It is given in the first question.
Electroplating.
Elec- Electroplating, very simple. Small amount of mineral salt present naturally in water makes it a dash conductor of electricity. Conductor or non-conductor, insulator? Some kind of salt in your water. What we are going to write down? Conductor or insulator?
Conductor.
Sir.
Okay, correct. Conductor. Electroplating of dash is done on objects like water taps and cycle bell to make them shiny in appearance. How can you create shiny appearance, by the way? Just before some time we had seen this, right? Which plating is done? Chromium. Okay. Chromium plating is done for making shiny materials. Okay, correct. Can somebody give me the reason for this? Why is a layer of zinc coated over iron? Yes, Sai. Any issue?
So may I answer?
Yes, definitely. Everybody is, let's say, open to give this answer.
Sir, the iron is covered with the layer of zinc as it gets rusted. Rust and zinc avoids it from moisture.
Okay, so you could just give the answer in 2 words. Who is that? Okay, Nirja has given a very short answer, and which is really good. That is avoid rusting. Okay, most simplest answer. No, not big statements. Nirja, that's a good answer. Avoid rusting. Okay, I really like that answer. It's very small, but it explains everything. To avoid rusting, we are going to coat iron with zinc. Hey, by the way, what is the name of that process? We have a word for it, right?
Rusting.
No, 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 no. Zinc coating on iron. It is called as galvanization. Okay. Do remember the word galvanization. Galvanization is a word which is specifically used for zinc. Zinc coating is always called as galvanization. This is required even for your ninth and 10th grade. So do remember this word galvanization. So whenever you hear the word galvanization, you are going to give the coating of what? Zinc. Zinc coating. Galvanization. A question for you. Will the solution of sugar in distilled water conduct electricity? Obviously not. Okay, obviously not. This we already know. Correct. That is true. Okay. So a question for you. There is one diagram also. So here is one circuit. There is one cell. Here is your bulb. Here is the solution in which it is, let's say, a conducting solution. Bojo made the circuit given in figure 14.3. So this is the circuit. And observed that the bulb did not glow. The bulb was not glowing initially. On Paheli's suggestion, he added one more cell in the circuit. So he added one more cell here uh, on the suggestion of Paheli. Now the bulb is glowing. This time it is glowing. They're asking you what is the reason. Why initially it was not glowing and now it is glowing. Are you understanding the question? The question is that with one cell it was not glowing, no glow, but with two cells it's now glowing. They're asking why. Can we say sufficient electricity was provided by two cells? If you really want to answer this, sufficient amount of electricity was given, and hence the bulb, let's say, it is glowing now. Sufficient electricity was
No.
provided. Yes, Sai. What happened?
Sir, fused bulb does not light up as no current passes through the.
So what few, let's say, was what that has to do with this question? See, if it was fuse bulb, in the second case it would not have glown. Now it's in the second case it is glowing, right? So it's not fuse. It's a good bulb. So the reason for this is that sufficient electricity was given in the second case, and that's why the bulb is glowing now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Actually, a next question for you. Paheli set up an experiment using liquid A in beaker as shown in figure. She observed that the bulb glows. So they are saying with liquid A, the bulb is glowing. Then she replaced the liquid A by another liquid B. This time the bulb did not glow. Okay. So she replaced liquid A with B, and now the bulb is not glowing. So they are asking what might be the reason for this. Why in case of A it is glowing, in second case it is not glowing. Yes, Sachi, you can give the answer.
So A is an electrolyte and B is not an electrolyte.
Correct, very simple answer. See, the reason for this is that's the correct answer, Sachi. A is electrolyte, and that's why it is conducting electricity. But your B is a non-electrolyte, as it is not conducting electricity, so bulb will not glow. Non-electrolyte, an electrolyte. Very simple. A is electrolyte, B is non-electrolyte. That's why. Okay. So let us have some more questions from another lesson. Let us go with friction this time. Okay. Kindly read the question and give me the answer for it. Whenever the surfaces in contact tend to move or move with respect to each other, the force of friction comes into play. So, what are the conditions required for friction? Should the objects be solid or liquid or gaseous, or they can be anything? Okay. Okay. Ansari correct. Nirija correct. Riya correct. Samiksha correct. Okay. Sharwari correct. Rajveer correct. Himanshu correct. Sanika correct. Okay, Ganesh, correct. So the answer is very simple. The state doesn't matter. If the two objects are moving against each other, so definitely it is going to have friction. So it can be solid also, liquid also, gas also, doesn't matter. A question for you. A boy is shown in figure pushing the box from right to left. Okay, so this particular boy is moving this particular object from right to left. So this is right, this is left. They are asking the force of friction will act on the box in which direction? From right to left, vertically downwards, left to right, vertically upwards. You have four options. Okay, so if the force is being applied in from right to left, so friction will be from left to right. As you know, the frictional force is always opposite. Okay, so the frictional force will be going from left to right, opposite in direction. So left to right is B. Are you understanding? The force is being applied from right to left. So the frictional force will be acting opposite in direction. Okay, next question. To sharpen a blade of a knife by rubbing it against a surface, which of the following will be most suitable? They're asking you that we have a knife, we want to sharpen it. How to make it sharpen? Let's say, can we use stone, a wooden block, a glass block, plastic block? But definitely stone, right? Definitely stone. What is the reason? Because it is going to offer more friction. More friction will be offered by stone. That's why. Okay, another question for you. A car released with the same initial speed will travel farthest on. Okay. A toy car is released with some initial speed will travel farthest on. Muddy surface, cemented surface, polished marble surface, brick surface. They are saying which surface, on which surface the car will travel farthest. More distance will be covered. So you have to choose a surface which is offering less friction.
Polished marble surface.
Okay, so muddy surface, and we have cemented surface, we have polished marble surface, and the last one is brick surface. Okay, so the answer should be marble surface, right? The farthest distance will be covered on marble. Why? Less friction. Yeah, for you can say least friction among all. So the farthest distance will be traveled on polished marble surface. Okay, so before we end our today's session, let me take your attendance first, and then suppose let's say you can leave. Okay. So your attendance has been marked, and we'll be meeting in the next session for our, let's say, more practice. But in meanwhile, I would like you to practice the lessons at your home and this week, so that next time we'll be having practice, it will be easy for you to answer the questions.
Bye, sir. Have a nice day.
Yes, you too, beta.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy.
Have a nice day. Happy Teachers' Day.
Thank
Happy
you.
Teachers Day, sir. Bye.
Yes, you
Happy
too.
Teachers'
Bye bye.
Day, sir.
Happy Teacher's Day, sir.